Hello, this is Super Genesis 534. I told you I was going to be going over some disc games of mine. Well, I'm going to be going over PS3 games, which I currently own. I have a fat stack right here. Don't know rather if you can see the whole stack or not, because the camera, I'm not going to move. But let's get started. Hit it off. I have a few. I have Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, which you're probably thinking that I'm a moron because I'm reviewing the cartridge games only for the Sega games. Well, I think it'd be better that way because I'm able to play more with the Genesis console than I am with this. This is a bunch of those downloaded on the disc. I hate how long it takes for it to load, but I do love you're able to get one of these things right here. Pro Fight controller. It has Akuma on it. Akuma's been always a cool character. It has 6 buttons right here to give it the Genesis feel, or you can only use 4 buttons and use the 2 on top to give it a Super Nintendo feel. And you can customize your controls and so on the way you want. So that works like that. And it also has turbo function, which is pretty cool for the fighting game so on. I have Dead Rising 2 off the record. I love that game, I honestly do. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It is an awesome game. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe Graded Hits Edition. I can't stand playing online. Everyone chooses Green Lantern. Everyone I play chooses him. And you know what they do? They use their giant fists to grab you. Then they just slam you down. And they slam you down again. And slam you down again. Because it has very short cooldown time. It reacts so fast. And I just cannot stand it. And here I have 2 games that go into the same franchise. I have Street Fighter 2. Oh my god, Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 4. Normal Street Fighter 4. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. A lot of people say it's bad because you have to unlock the characters. Well, that's how you did it back in the day with a lot of games. Why is it becoming a big problem now? But if you're such a whiny person, why don't you just get one of these? Super Street Fighter 4. I have Super Street Fighter 4 the Arcade Edition because I am a sucker for arcade stuff. Like, I'll show you right here, right now. I have a Mortal Kombat Classic Arcade Fighting Stick for my PS3. 4 games like this, so if I ever review off the PS3, I will be using this. Or this, depending which one will be more convenient to use, because this is heavy. But it has like 10 feet of cable, so it's good to work with, and I'm sure you can't hear me. Alright, continue. And you're noticing I have a lot of fighting games, but I'm going to keep on going fighting games with Soul Calibur 4. I know Soul Calibur 5 is out, but I've heard it's not as good, so I'm going to wait off a little bit, like I did with Soul Calibur 4, until it becomes a lot lower in price. But a game that I jumped on immediately was Mortal Kombat for the PS3. It has Kratos in it. Actually, my second favorite God of War character. I always thought the gods that you fought had a very unfair advantage against you. So that's why Kratos just isn't as cool as to me in the God of War series, because he is a pale white guy against a legion of Roman and Greek gods. Who's gonna win? Ooh, the pale guy. Well, I didn't know that. And I also have 3D Game Dot Heroes. I got it for a bargain because it's used. Oh, this game is a favorite of mine. One of my favorites. Besides fighting games, it's one of my best shooters. Metal Gear Solid 4. I heard they're coming out with a Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know if that's true or not. Post in the comments so I can learn. And this, I have to say, I can't really complain about it too much because I got it for $2. And it's brought me a lot more joy than $2 could ever have brought me. But it's a bit of disappointment to me in the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy 13. I know 13-2 is coming out because everyone says it's a good game. Well, it's an okay game. It's like Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition. 3rd, 2nd edition were better, but you just messed up the 4th edition so much that it's not Dungeons and Dragons anymore. It's a role-playing game that uses mainly the 20s die. The 1d20, or may I say. But I also have, this is a big disappointment for me because it got rid of my favorite character, Maya. But I know there's a sequel that came out a while ago, but I haven't been able to pick it up because I couldn't find a copy of it. I have, I can't remember what number it is, King O Fighters 12. Can't wait till I'm able to grab a copy of 13. I also have Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't ever do the missions on it. Honestly, who does? I just go around blowing crap up. The Eye of Judgment. That's a very unique game to me. Like, allow me to show you real quickly. Yoshi. You play the game with trading cards. Here's my deck. You have a lot of trading cards to play this game with. I have a box full. This is almost every single one except for a lot of the rare dragons. So basically you put this mat down on the floor. The squares represent how many or where the cards are supposed to go. And if you beat your opponent, which is you have to lay down the majority of the cards on the field, like people say best 2 out of 3, well, you only have 9 squares, so it's best 5 out of 9. If you're able to do that, then you instantly win. Don't worry about killing people, just summon as fast as you can. I've been able to summon multiple times per turn with this deck. It has made me very happy. And you play it, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have the PS3 cam on my TV. If I can get your point right there. It's very responsive for me. A lot of people complain about it, but I don't see the problem. But maybe continue. Rapella Fishing Frenzy 2009. It's what my PS3 game with. And this is the last game on my list because I haven't been collecting as much as I should have because I started getting into the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and NES. And I've also got an Atari Flashback. A lot of the consoles have brought me so much joy. Except for, I can't remember what it's called. I had it for a while. Then I got rid of it because the games weren't very responsive. I'll check on it online and I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, no. I remember what it was. The Sega Dreamcast. I didn't like it all. It had to be one of my least favorite Sega systems, besides the 32X. I used to play on the 32X all the time. I played Knuckles Chaotix. That was the only good game I ever had. There's probably 100 or so good games for that, but I thought out of the 50 games I had for it, Knuckles Chaotix couldn't make up for it. 1 out of 50 is not good odds. Honestly, it's not. Out of 50 games, I only find one good one. Bull crap. Well, I went to the store, got these three all at the same time. This, I didn't know what it was, and this I started adventuring into. But this, I always knew it was great, so I stuck with the classics. 1 out of 50 is not good odds. You know, whatever. Sega Dreamcast isn't the biggest disappointment of mine. The 32X is the biggest disappointment I've ever had with Sega. Well, that's why they fell. That's why they joined companies with Nintendo. And they obviously joined companies with Nintendo, because where's the next Sega system? Where's the Dreamcast 2 or Dreamcast 360? They've obviously joined with Nintendo because Have you seen Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Mario and Soccer the Olympic Games? Obviously they've joined, or obviously they surrendered. Kind of in the mood now, but alright. I will. Calm down. Yes. Yes. Alright, so that's my generalization of the PS3 games I have. Leave a comment if you think there's a good game I should get, or if I should review one of these systems, or if you want to tell me if I'm wrong about the 32X. See ya, YouTubers.